welcome to Clear Minds. My worst days really should have been the end of me. They left me with absolutely nothing, except for a strange set of superpowers. And these aren't the kind of powers you're born with. They're the kind you have to earn through pain, through feeling totally alone, and through a whole lot of shame. This is the story of how my rock bottom became my launch pad, and how the things that were meant to destroy me ended up being my greatest strengths. Every hero needs a villain, right? Well, for a long time, the villain in my story was me, or at least a version of me I don't recognize anymore. It all started with that quiet, nagging feeling of being different, of just not fitting in anywhere. I was desperate for a way to turn down the volume on the noise inside my own head, and I found something that worked. A quick fix that promised me confidence and a little bit of freedom. Of course, that freedom was a complete lie. The more I used it to numb out the loneliness and the discomfort, the smaller and smaller my world got. It started taking things from me. First to go was my ambition. Then my relationship started to crack. Before I knew it, I was living a double life, spending all my energy keeping up this front of success, got it all, together professional, while hiding the desperate, addicted person I was in private. I just felt lost, broken, and completely invisible. The lie my addiction told me every single day was that I wasn't worth the effort to change, and the shame I woke up with every morning just hammered that lie home. I was so sure I was just going to be another statistic, just another person trapped in a cycle they couldn't break. I was alone, I was hopeless, and I truly believed there was nothing special about me. And then the day came when it all just fell apart. My worst day. For some people, rock bottom is this big dramatic thing, an overdose, a night in jail. For me, it was a quiet, soul-crushing moment of clarity. I was completely alone. My addiction had burned every single bridge I had, and for the first time, the pain of staying where I was became worse than the fear of what I have to do to change. I couldn't stand the thought of using again, but I couldn't imagine a life without it. That's the gift of desperation people talk about. It's not a gift you'd ever put on your wish list, but it's the one that ends up saving your life. In that moment of total hopelessness, something inside me finally shifted. I realized I couldn't do this alone. Making the choice to finally ask for help was the hardest and bravest thing I had to do, and it didn't come from a place of strength. It was an act of complete and total surrender. And that surrender, the moment of asking for help, that was the real turning point. That's when my superhero story actually began. Recovery isn't a straight line, it's a climb. And man, every single day felt like a fight. It was messy, process of detox and therapy, and just learning how to exist in the world without a crutch. But through that fight, something incredible started to happen. The very things that had caused me so much pain started to change, to morph into the greatest strengths. The first thing I noticed was this feeling of radical empathy. All those years I spent feeling misunderstood and totally alone gave me this weird ability to see the pain in other people and to connect with them without any judgment at all. Then came this unshakable resilience. When you have to literally fight for your own life day in and day out, you build a kind of mental toughness that's pretty hard to crack. The discipline it took to stay sober, to build entirely new habits, and to finally face my past, that built a foundation of strength that I now use in every other part of my life. But the most important superpower of all, finding my purpose. I started to realize that my story wasn't something I I had to be ashamed of. It was a tool. By sharing what I went through, I could give a little bit of hope to someone else who felt as lost as I did. The scars didn't disappear, but they became a kind of map that could help guide other people out of the dark. My purpose became bigger than just staying sober. It became about showing others that this kind of transformation is possible for anyone. And that's the honest truth of it. My worst days gave me my purpose. They made me who I am today, not in spite of the struggle, but because of it. The things I was so sure made me weak are the very things that now make me strong. So if you're out there and you're feeling lost or broken or invisible, I need you to hear this. You are not alone. Your rock bottom does not have to be the end. It can be the beginning. It can be the place where you finally stop digging and start building. It can be where you find your own superpowers. The journey is hard, I won't lie, but it is so, so worth it. Because on the other side of all that pain is a person you haven't met yet, a stronger, more compassionate, and more purposeful you. And that person is incredibly special. Thank you for joining.